Attention, there are thousands of unwanted properties in California waiting for new owners. The present owners need agents like you or your team to identify and represent them. These owners are willing to pay up to 10% commission when their properties are sold. I'm going to share with you some valuable information today. It's about one of the alternative real estate channels that is open to you. It is to help you create a continuous stream of income from your existing and future real estate clients. Also, this information helps you to build another communication channel with your present and future clients. It shows how your services can benefit them by matching their real estate needs. First, an introduction and a background. I was born in Tehran, and I am the second son. My father was a technician and my mother was a domestic engineer. In case you don't know what the domestic engineer is, she cooked and cleaned after us kids. When I finished high school, I wanted to travel, so I got a place in a college in Scotland. Went to Scotland's capital city, Edinburgh, and started at Napier University, studied building and construction, and then later I graduated with a postgraduate diploma in IT, pursuing the dream. In 1981, moved to Southern California. My first job was with a civil engineering company called Bayen and Frost in Newport Beach, California. Years later, I became interested in sales and took an executive role with a cable and telecom company doing direct sales. And in 2005, I started my land company, buying and selling vacant land in California and later in Arizona. Due to demand from other landowners who wanted me to represent them, I passed my real estate exam and I became a realtor in 2013. In that same year, started with First Team Real Estate, headed by Bob McCullough in Yorba Linda branch. Since then, I've completed over 300 transactions with First Team. Also, I'm very honored to say that I'm a Hall of Fame award winner 5 years in a row. CRMLS #1 land sales, units sold. I'm married to Irene, my lovely wife, and I have 3 beautiful kids who have all flown the nest. About land. You have probably all heard the expression, under all there is land. Did you know that less than 7% of the land in the United States has been built on? That includes freeways, roads, airports, and so on. The remaining 93% is vacant land. That, of course, includes bodies of water. Out of that percentage, 48% is owned by the government, both federal and state. So there is still over 52% of private land in USA. It is owned by individual people, entities, trusts, companies. There is a total of 2.3 billion acres of land in the United States and 100 million acres in California. The total California value of land is 3.9 trillion. Now, what are the benefits of owning land? Land is real estate, therefore it's a financial asset. Land appreciates in value and can give you a good return on your initial investment. Startup costs to owning land are low compared with other forms of real estate like residential home and commercial buildings. Owning land requires low or no maintenance and offers easy management. Land annual property taxes are low compared to other real estate holdings. Land can be left as a legacy to a family member, to a loved one, or a charity. Land ownership does not require you to deal with a tenant or termites and other problems. Landowners can camp and RV, do suitable outdoor activities on their land. Some existing exciting sporting activities like dirt biking, camping, four-wheel driving. But please check with the county first. Owning land gives you a cool status symbol. You can farm the land not only for produce, but with renewable energy like solar and wind farms. Owning land gives one a pride of ownership and bragging rights. You have something to talk about at the barbecue parties and family gatherings. Why people sell their land? It is important for you as an agent to know and understand land ownership and landowners' motivation. Why do they want to sell their land? It could be change of lifestyle. The land has become a burden for them. Their property taxes are adding up. In some cases, if the land is close to an existing structure, they have to clear the weed, like weed abatement, move rubbish annually to satisfy fire department. Many landowners inherited the land and have no use for it and don't know how to sell it and what to do with it. They might be fed up with issues, for example, illegal dumping and trespassing. It costs money to clean up. Perhaps it was bought to build a dream home, perhaps to have animals, for example, a horse, but their priorities have changed. There are different categories of land, like zoning and land use. Land comes with different zoning. And it could be residential, multifamily, industrial, commercial. Look at that zoning map out there. They're all color-coded, and it tells you, for example, that light gray area is industrial, dark gray area is heavy industrial, the green area is residential, rural, red is commercial, and so on. So every city has got that map. You have to just type in name of the city or the county and the zoning map. Each county and most cities have their own planning department. The planning committee comes up with code zoning maps for that area. It could be residential, high density, medium density, or low density. Visually, these are some examples of rural acreages, for example. In the rural acreages, you could see anything from 5 to the whole section, which is 640 acres, probably covered with dense vegetation like what you see. There's probably a dirt road, a very narrow dirt road accessing to the land. You don't see much sign of civilization. So the advantage might be recreational, solar, it could be farming land. Residential infill lot. Infill lot means both sides are built and there's a gap in between. There are paved roads, there are gutters and curbs, electricity, utilities, and you can see neighbors on one side or both sides. These are well in demand by owner builders or small builders. They just want to find something so they don't have to bring electricity and water and all these development costs. They just want to build something standard and make their profit. Industrial land, you can see warehouses around it. And generally speaking, they're more expensive because it's less of them available. You can see, for example, this one, there's a warehouse occupied by a solar company. They're building solar panels in it. And with that, zoning, you can have M1, M2, M3, which is light manufacturing or heavy manufacturing. Your opportunity, you're excellent in your core business, but I think you're leaving some money on the table. The idea is to create an extra stream of income for you and your team while you're doing what you're good at doing. I'm going to show you how to identify these opportunities. You can ask your client questions. When you're talking to your client and asking them probing questions regarding their home, this is the best time to ask a question about their real estate ownership. One of the questions you can add to your routine is, do you own any other form of real estate in California? Do you own any other form of real estate in California? Then a quick pause, and then you continue. Do you own any land, commercial buildings, income properties that you might consider selling? The second way is to identify this client by sending them an email, electronic flyer, or regular flyer by snail mail, saying that you have a new team member who can help you with the marketing of your vacant land and commercial properties in Southern California. To start, you need to identify the client who owns land. That's the information you need. You need to gauge your client's level of motivation and why they are selling their land. How motivated are they? Most land parcels don't have an address, but an APN number. Where can you find the APN number, assessor parcel number? Check any old property tax bill or a deed. Then take a note, take a photo, or a scan that piece of paper. It's very important to have that APN number. That's the starting point. If they don't have a tax bill, ask for the legal name on the deed. How did they take title? Is it an individual, trust, a company? Some of you are farmers. While farming, if you notice an infill lot, like a gap site between two houses, take down the address of the house or a home next to it or across from it. That helps when you come back to the office to identify which one it is. You need to know the location, the community, or the county. All you need to know is really the county, which county that parcel of land is in. Remember, generally speaking, land value dollar-wise are less when compared with the value of selling a residential home. For example, an average lot in Southern California is worth about 25 to 55% of the total value of the house. For example, a round figure, around $1 million home, you can expect the value of the land to be 250 to 550,000. Of course, there's always an exception. Look at Beverly Hills. They buy one mansion in millions, they knock it down, and they build another mansion for millions. I mean, the price of land is really, really higher than the structure. Your mindset, like anything else you do, you need to put your mind into it. Don't let the dollar figure of the land or the community, the county, the rural area of the land discourage you. Remember, you're building a relationship with a potential client. You want to help them. And you're building an extra stream of income for yourself. Land takes a longer time to sell. Vacant land contracts are usually 12 months. The land commission is generally higher at 10%, 5 and 5. That's because the transaction dollar amount is lower. Unless, of course, the land is in a high-end area, the value is higher. Therefore, the commission percentage is less, about 6%. What's in it for you? Customer relationship and care? Maybe your client doesn't want to sell a home right now. Maybe they want to sell in the future. But at the moment, you can build a relationship with them by helping them selling and marketing the other portfolio of real estate they have. And obviously something else that's in it for you is an extra income. How much of a referral will you earn? First Team Real Estate has both a mentorship and a referral program. They also cooperate with other real estate companies and agencies as well. It all depends how involved you want to be in a land transaction. Your share going to be anything for a simple referral to all hands in 25 to 50% of the commission. To conclude, we talked a little bit about land. Hopefully you know more about land now. We talked about the benefits of owning land, identifying land sellers and their motivations, how to create an extra income stream and collecting referral fees. I want to thank you all for your time. Wish you all a good day. Looking forward to talk to you soon. Here are, I want to make my thanks to all the agents who have referred me in the past and the present. Please take a note of my name, phone number, and email address here. You're going to be needing it. And again, I want to thank you very much for your patience.